I'm recording.
In my head.
That's the first thing on the recording, and now we are
Zombies.
copyright strike. Hello, everybody. The person you hear singing is not my zombies, not my brains, not my dents. I am Pulse Glazer, and if you hear the, I don't know, I was going to say dulcet tones of not my dents, but like that is clearly the wrong adjective. You know we will
Nope.
be joined by someone with actual dulcet tones, a pirate, a king, a pirate king, someone who is not my toe. It is the Pirate King Tucker.
What is going on? It is great to be here. Favorite time of the month, best time of the month, first week of the season, getting to discuss all these new cards with the legends themselves over here. Let's go.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another exciting episode of Snap Judgments. I know it's 30 seconds in, but I forgot to do that, and I realized that someone will yell at me if I don't. So now I did, and I already introduced Tucker, and I already introduced Not My Dance. Tucker, how can people find you?
You guys can find me on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter /X under the name Tucker, TUCCRR.
And Not My Dance, who never streams anymore. How can people find you not streaming anymore?
You'll find me when I'm, not dealing with school. Over on twitch.tv/notmydance. Actually, no, I streamed on Wednesday. But,
Did you really?
Yeah.
I looked earlier this week, and it had been a few days, and I was like, man, what the hell? Okay, I guess it was prior to Wednesday.
I think it did. I hope I did. Otherwise, I have really fake memories. Anyway, then, or you'll find me at least uploading weekly content at least, over on youtube.com/@notmydance. And I post weird decks and then random things on Twitter.
I want to be clear about something. We do the whole, I talk positively of the guests later in the episode. I really, really like Dance's YouTube. Like, a lot. I don't get to watch as many streams as I used to. We all know why at this point. If you don't, then I guess ask in comments. I don't know. You're new. Welcome. But, I really, so I spend more time watching Marvel Snap YouTubes. I really enjoy Dance's YouTube. And, of course, I watch one particular video from Tucker every week. Tucker, what video do I watch of yours every week?
You watch my buy or bust every week to get info on the new cards coming out. Should you get the new card? Should you not? As well as 3 decks for each card as well.
I'm not allowed to say the name of his show anymore.
All right. Well,
I got called out for saying the last word too many times.
Well, you have another show that you can advertise, one with Tucker, and then we'll get on to actual content. Go ahead. What is it?
I wish I knew.
You're so bad at you're so bad at yapping. So bad at yapping.
It's the Marvel. I know, right? I'm so bad at yapping. I should make a podcast called The Marvel Yap just to talk about how bad I am at yapping. And I say I made it. Tuck made it. Tuck is the genius. He's the mastermind.
His name is Tuckus. Tuckus the mastermind. Tuckus. So Tuckus.
I only recently finally got him to let me be a collaborator on those videos.
Well, you were just hired for the free thumbnails.
Well, they're not free, but
fair enough. Fair enough.
Listen, you may live in a communism country now, okay? But we still live in a capitalistic economy. Esto la economia.
I'm going to let that rock. How's that going for you? In the meantime, if you would like to interact...
It's going better than this season of Marvel Snap. Not really, but don't...
I hit Infinite on day one for the first time ever. This season Marvel Snap went great. And then I proceeded to not load the game for 2 days because I feel like I understand this meta. Like this is not a complicated meta.
I saw your post.
Yeah. Want to say what the post is now, since we're on an audio format with people that don't necessarily follow me on Twitter?
I have to say that. Okay. I should make sure I pull it up here correctly.
You're going to read it. Look at you. All right, so in the meantime, while he does that, you can find me on Twitter at SnapJudgeCast. You should not follow me on Twitter. I post one real thing every 6 months. The other thing, you can find me on the Snap Judgments Pod on YouTube, probably where you're watching this. We are on every podcatcher as Snap Judgments, and I am live on Twitch recording this as Pulse Glazer. That's a lot of different things, so just check the descriptions of the video to find them. Go ahead.
The tip was, and I loved the first sentence especially, stop playing fair decks. There's so many decks that go stupid over the top and with so little tech. It's just, it was just a really good tweet. I was like, oh yeah, this is just, you're right. No, great point.
So I kept playing fair decks and winning like 50-50 games against other fair decks. And then I played other like decks that just put up 1,000,000 points, and I went like 70%, 80% win rates. And I was like, why am I doing things that are fair? No one can stop the fake things because, like, the effect Shang-Chi had on the meta, I'm pretty sure was more mental than actual. Like the effect Shang-Chi had on the meta was like it just depressed the idea of us running stupid power, even if it wasn't that good, because you knew Shang-Chi would be too prominent. Well, everyone knows that Shang's not that good now, and Shang's not that good now. So like, just do stupid shit. You'll be fine. You'll win more games than you lose. And then someone was like, "What does like stupid shit mean?" And it's like, I don't know. Maybe I have
you.
Ouch! 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 Person who's clearly never watched a video. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I make a video about like 3 or 4 stupid shit every day. That might help. But,
yeah, exactly. They don't watch. It's fine. Unless they do, in which case I don't apologize.
It means move. It means tribunal. It means end of turn Jocasta bullshit. It means to a lesser extent discard and destroy, which we're always like, oh no, we're gonna get teched. No, you're not. You're just gonna put up a ton of points. It means anything that like just doesn't really care about interaction and play solitaire. Marble Snap right now is the solitaire points game, with a few exceptions.
Yeah.
All right.
There's the tech decks.
Yeah. You know who's got a decent tech deck? It's actually tomorrow/yesterday's video, depending on if you're watching this live or not. Honifer is playing a Thanos deck that's running like 4 tech cards. And like if it draws well, it's got reasonable answers into the various bullshit. It's like running Mercury Cannonball, and it's running I don't know, Eliath and Cosmo and shit like that. And like that gives it enough answers that it's like should at least be reasonable into most of this stuff. But
okay, nice.
Yeah, so it exists. And Cannonball's really, 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 really good against end of turn stuff because the card that wants to activate 18 times is the card that's the biggest in that lane most of the time. So if that card's not in the lane when they trigger their Jocasta 8 times, it triggers on nothing, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, because that card is okay to be 5 power, but you know, Warlock, whoo, can't have that.
Is Warlock hot? Also, yes. Let's move on. Yeah, look. Speaking of hot to some people, it's Zombie Scarlet Witch, our season pass card. Yeah, that was my transition. Deal with it. I'm a professional. All right.
I'm dead.
I mean, yes, this is the zombie season. 3/2 Zombie Scarlet Witch.
That was the joke. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
You're killing me. Let me read the card. All right. After you play a card here, Horde 2. Dance, tell us what Horde is.
It's a really awesome mechanic that definitely should have had more cards that interact with it immediately in the season. That is really bad into Cerebra 2. But how Horde works as a mechanic, the first time you trigger the Horde mechanic at another location, a zombie Horde will be summoned. And then every single time after that, including the first time, all the times you play Horde, then whatever the plus is, so +2 with Zombie Scarlet Witch, that Horde will gain +2 power.
So it's also worth noting that this is at a random location. This card technically has a cost of 0, so it's not going to be Killmongered, but it is vulnerable to Shadow King, and like, I don't know, you better play a bunch of cards there and stuff to make it good. Mr. King, how do you feel about Miss Zombie?
I haven't done all too many testing with Zombie Scarlet Witch just yet, but from what I have done, it definitely feels like it feels bad this week. It's something I hope progressively gets better with some of the other cards we'll be talking about this season, but just borderline, like from off rips, like comparing it to, of course, other season pass cards, because we can compare to that because it's a season pass card. It definitely seems like it is one of the weaker season pass cards to start, this season, where it is cool. We're introducing a new archetype. It just feels kind of a little slow unless you're really, really leaning heavily into the deck.
Mister?
I am going to cope and say this will get better as the season goes on, but on the off chance that I want to be slightly realistic, I think that this is a mechanic that is not going to be doing anything.
I think it's bad. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it's bad, even if it gets to like 15 power, right? Like you're dedicating a lot. The best thing I've seen done with it is also Honifer. He plays that deck a little less, but like he's using the Zombie Scarlet Witch in a Dormammu deck, because on the last turn of the game, just fucking blow up the Zombie Scarlet Witch. It's a 3/2. Who cares? And then you have a Dormammu there, and now hopefully you got your Horde big enough. That seems reasonable, and like it's pretty cool that you use a bunch of zombies to make Dormammu. Like that feels like a cool thematic thing to me. I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather do good things in my deck as a general rule instead of dealing with that. I also, and this is the real killer for me. I'm trying not to be negative, and I don't know how to not be negative.
Actually, you're making a bunch of death jokes because of zombie season.
Fair. Well, so very positive. Yeah. I just want to be honest that like I don't even think it's fun. Like I want the mechanic. If you're gonna release something as a season pass that's this like okay whatever, then I want it to at least do something cool and flashy. And it's just like, oh look, a body. Oh look, the body grew marginally. Oh look, high marginally growing zombie body. Like I get what they went for. I think it's a cool idea, but like somewhere along the line during playtesting, they should have been like, wait, is this like this isn't great? They have to have known this wasn't great, right? But like, is this fun? So the real question I have to ask you is how long is until this is a 2/2?
Next OTA. Or the last one of the season. Something like they did like with Captain Carter kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Or Viv more recently.
Yeah. Which they waited till like the last week for Viv too, or like the last OTA.
Yeah, if they want it to be like something you're obviously supposed to be able to win the game around, 2 cost makes a lot of sense. It's I don't even know if I think 2/2. It's just insanely good though.
I mean, it's
similar
Angela.
to old Agatha.
It's Angela.
Yeah,
it's just
Angela.
Angela.
Yeah,
it's just Angela at that point. Angela's good, and we're happy to have Angela. Although the random location does hurt things, right? I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm not convinced that that's enough power anymore either. But I can see why they made it a 3 because they're just like we can't make every season pass card a broken 2/2. We can't. And like,
well, they can.
They've done enough this season or this year.
Yeah, already. Right. Like it's like all right. Well, here's 5 broken 2/2s.
What's Spider-Punk data mined at? We'll have another one.
Spider-Punk's not the season pass, is he?
He's
yeah, he is 3.
Yeah. Also,
he is the season pass.
Are either of you wrestling fans of not WWE?
Unfortunately, not as much, but like I keep up with a little bit of.
So there's stuff. A wrestler whose initials are ZSJ, who's been wrestling for I don't know over a decade and is the champion of the biggest company in Japan. And I've read ZS and only followed by J for about 10 to 15 years now. And so every time I read ZSW, my brain has a mini freak out and I go, Zack Sabre Jr.? What are we doing right now? Like like why are we talking about that? And then like it takes not a full second, it takes like my brain goes, switch modes. And so like screw you for that name. So overall, I don't
I want to say it's not a 3/6 because this isn't a thing where you can argue that like, oh, like Havoc is actually a 2. Like Havoc is currently like a 2/4. No, every single time like he has an effect, you lose energy with it. Every single time you have to commit energy into her lane, you're spending your energy, all your cards, your resources on that lane rather than elsewhere. So it's like, yes, you can if you look at it in the most narrow place, it's a 3/6, but in actuality, the opportunity cost is honestly, it's like a 7 cost at the end of the day to get 10 power in another lane. It's like worse than old Dormammu.
Yeah, I just how do I put this? I don't ever like it's putting up a reasonable amount of points. And like even at the best of times, this isn't the right way to put a reasonable amount of points on the board. Like I need this to put a lot of points on. This needs to do something where I'm like, oh my god, look at that. Like this needs to do like Elsa points, right? Old Elsa points for me to give a shit. If it was Horde 3, we'd be cooking. Yes. Right?
That's a different conversation. Yeah.
Right? Like maybe they make it a Horde 3 instead. And like all of a sudden, this whole conversation will be like, Zack Sabre, who? Zombie Scarlet Witch is my new babe. Right? Like, but for now.
Would it really change? Honestly, would it really change?
I think so.
Still.
I mean, we know what +3 does.
Yeah, +3. True. Yeah. Like I think +3 is just good enough that it like changes the map. Because then I like doing Hope and Elsa stuff and I just start jamming in that lane. It gives me real competition in this lane and another lane is sort of auto won or at least auto competed. You I have to play so much in this lane that like it's not really hard to compete in the zombie lane. The zombie no longer feels scary or big or whatever. So like if it's +3, now I really have to think about that zombie lane. Whereas now I'm like, oh, that lane first too.
They make that instead of changing her to a 2 cost, they try the +3 at her current 3/2, which is like her at a 3/2 +2 just feels like bad. Like just playing that out like tempo wise. So if they do +3 first, then they're like, okay, because this affects the entire course of zombies in general.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I saw like the phase you made and everything too, they have to see how the hunger interacts with it, because that automatically is that +3.
But
so
hunger is
like
not repeatable. There's no way to repeat hunger that exists.
No way to repeat it.
Actually, that's not
like,
true. There's one way to repeat hunger. Do you know what it is?
Dude, Joaquin
2,
Torres,
I guess.
let's go.
I guess technically 2, because like there's the 4. Well, and there's the 4-2 version of Joaquin Torres, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say that the only other way that I could see this card being, if for some reason this card doesn't get changed, which I feel like it probably will. If for some reason it doesn't, I'm wondering how good is the Prowler with it.
What the hell does the Prowler do?
So he adds 2 Thieves tools to your hand. Each of them are 1-cost skills, but you can set those skills to 0 if a card moves last turn. So a move version with skills that also has, I believe there's like silky smooth stuff with the Zombie Scarlet Witch. And then there's also that one skill data mine for next month that's like
web swing.
Just like web swing, where it's just you move a card away from here. If that somehow becomes a good, like if those cards could do something, that's the only way I could see this card not getting changed. Those cards are actually great because they have all the access to all those cards we don't.
Skills exist.
Why didn't you release it at the beginning of the season if it's so bad that it needs everything next season?
The problem is that doesn't sell them any copies of this card.
Yeah.
And like they would like to sell us this card because that's how they make money. So like they can't be like, but buy it, we got you covered next year. They can't even say that. Like if they directly message the community, I'm like, by the way, with Prowler next month, this card's gonna be badass. People will still be like, screw you, I'm not spending my money now. They can't do that.
And Prowler's last week of next season too.
Yeah, because all the good cards released on the last week of the season. Do they do
like Mr. Fantastic First Steps?
Exactly. Do they do what's it called? Could they do a thing with the Black Knight's like blade, ebony blade, onto the Horde?
Wait, repeat what? I don't understand what that means.
The Horde
can't be
the
destroyed
ebony
or
blade
reduced.
said it couldn't be destroyed or have its power reduced. Could they do that with the Horde?
They could. I don't think it matters. Like, how often are you seeing Shadow King? It's like it's in some Victoria hand lists. Like if I don't see Vicky hand, I'm like, oh, you're not running Shadow King. I'm gonna put 7,000 power on the board. Have fun. And if you are playing Vicky hand, I'm just like, oh, I better consider where I put my 7,000 power on the board.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I'm just trying to cope because this is a season pass card. And I'd like it to be at least good, but it.
Well, you have to buy the season pass card to get the good card. Or I guess you technically don't. But if you don't want to spend 6,000 tokens, one of the best ways to get the good card is to buy the season pass card, spend the $20, and end up with Headpool, who is a 1/1. When this is destroyed, return it to your hand, then give all cards in your hand +1 power. Mr. Tucker?
Which also, by the way, side note, they also want you to buy the season pass so you get the collector's Series 5 pack.
Yeah.
So that's why they sold a bad season pass card so you could get that as the bonus.
I will say that's a good deal at least. They did do that good deal.
So actually, I don't think that's why they did that. My working theory for that is that Apple and Google Play stores are taking a big chunk of their season pass sales.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just like, fucking just go to our outlet and spend the money. It's so much less than your deal. You know what I mean? They're just like, just go, please stop letting them take our cut. We'll give you free shit. A free card is worth less to us than the cut that these people take. So
they
please
make more money from people going to their shop and just buying the pass there than they do with a normal passing. So yeah. No. I agree with you 100%. I don't even think that's a conspiracy theory. I think that's just accurate.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to say it was a conspiracy theory. I said, here's why I think it's happening. I don't do conspiracy theories. I'm always right. I'm never wrong.
Which he's so based for that.
I really like Headpool, and I did a lot of testing with Headpool. Like this card,
is it because his jaw looks like your beard?
Yes, exactly why. But this card, I feel like it gives you more of like a small ball style of destroy, which is something I really like playing as more of the small ball kind of. Dance calls it Spice Rack. It's different because you're not playing like the Agent Venom version of like, of course, like destroy and stuff, but it feels like you're able to throw more things out, and I'm getting more value with the Mora version of destroy as well, having that hidden power kind of like Viv kind of walked. I say kind of walked. So like Headpool can kind of run with that just unknown factor, and being able to do this repeatedly and buffing itself was something that I really enjoy. Like you're not playing this in like classic destroy. It kind of makes like a classic-esque destroy, but it gives you like another way to play it, which you can kind of play around better. And like you said, Shang-Chi's not super relevant right now. You're not seeing as much Shadow King. So it really allows you to do more limit testing with this and play out some more creative lines, which I really like.
There was some really good takes. That's top him.
I can't. He's just he's just based on that take. I think the card's cool. I think it's a lot of fun, and I like what I think Glenn had mentioned something about how they wanted what is it? The later series cards to enhance these types of decks. Like they wanted you to, once your series 3 complete, you should be able to build these baseline decks. But then if you want more, you can go to the series 4, series 5, and you get to enhance them or whatever. I don't know, Disney Plus versus Disney. I don't know the differences, honestly. But something like that. So I feel like what they're just trying to do here, where they're like, just give extra stuff to destroy. And I hope they just keep doing cool stuff to older decks as we talk about whenever we get to the next, I think, couple of cards. I think those are the coolest ones, though.
So a complaint I've seen about Headpool is he doesn't add as much to Deadpool as Agony. One, Roram is right. Pixel Guy, winner of second Golden Gauntlet. He just cut Wolverine. Like Wolverine is fine in Destroy, but it's like not even remotely an important card. It's just there because we're used to running it. Just cut Wolverine, keep Agony, you'll be totally fine. But also people that are like, it's only really good with Deadpool. That's not correct. So you get to keep the power that he adds when you Venom cards. So like he's adding 2 to 3 to Venom also at least, and then that 2 to 3 extra power is also present on your null. So like you're getting
And
that
death.
power. Yeah. Well, yeah. But like no, but like null literally, like you destroyed things that have more power now, right?
Oh yeah.
And so like you're destroying things with more power with Venom, so he's literally bigger. You're destroying things that have more power with null, so he's literally bigger. So you're taking that power that he's adding to your cards and you're just remultiplying it in different ways. It doesn't work the same way as Agony does on Deadpool, but because he keeps remultiplying that power that way, he represents more power, and like he's still really good power even without considering it that way, but he represents more power than it looks like. He does have
cheap.
Yeah. That's good.
He also gets power, which took me way too long to realize. So right, it's just there's even more reasons there.
So at the end of the day, I think he's really good. I also think he's got more decks than just classic Destroy. It's just like there's no tech, and they just gave us Moira, or they just sold us Moira. So like Destroy is at its best place since a month or two after X-23 came out.
Yeah.
So like since Destroy is in such a good place, no one's like bothering to play. Oh, I guess Jet will buy him eventually, and then we'll have other decks. But no one has really bothered to play him in other places right now. But I'm all but certain those exist.
Because we tried to use Clea, and then the game broke.
Did that happen? I don't know that happened.
Yeah. If you try to use Clea with this card, the game breaks. So we tried to experiment, and then the game broke. So we don't experiment anymore.
In fairness, only the people on this podcast own Clea. So like it's not like a long-term large problem.
I want to see like Mill Destroy with Headpool, getting some extra gladiator value and stuff. Like
I don't want Mill.
So I think the
You're
problem,
right.
a lot of the problem with it in Mill Destroy is that Mill Destroy's main destroy card is usually Misery, and Misery and Headpool are not synergy.
Yeah, that's why like you'd make a weird funky version of it with something like a Carnage and stuff for like lane clear as like an alternate, but like you said, no one is testing that just yet, and it's gonna take a hot minute to get that at least 10 to 12 cards to really fit with it. 10 to 11 cards, because this is one of them. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. I've had enough Headpool. Let's go on to I can never say this.
My throat.
I can never say this name properly, so I believe Dance has to say the name of the card. Then I'll read what it is.
Oh yeah, no. People are confused about the pronunciations of Colonial America.
So Colonial America is ongoing. Your other cards here have +1 power for each turn you've discarded a card, which means he can give up to +6 or +7 to other cards in his lane, which means that he's in a discard deck almost always at least like a 3/7 to 3/9. That's good stats.
It's good.
Can we not talk about him alone? Because they were just going to end up talking about like Luke anyway. So let's just move on. He's the Series 5 Spotlight card, and then they gave us a Series 4 card that's apparently 2 away because I don't know how to organize slideshows. And that is Zombie Power Man, because calling him Zombie Luke Cage would be too easy on my brain. So thank you for changing it to Zombie Power Man, Marvel. Really appreciate that. End of turn. If you're winning here, discard the leftmost card from your hand. And since he's a 2/4, you're fairly likely to get at least a turn 2 discard and probably much more. So let's talk about these two cards together. Take it away, Tucker.
So at first I was very low on these cards. Just at a glance, I thought this was like a really bad downside, and I'll own it. And I had it really, really low. But after doing a lot of testing, I actually used Colonel America and Zombie Power Man to hit Infinite, and they work really well together because, you know, 2/4 plus a 3/3. And if you've discarded a card, that's essentially a 3/4 you're playing on that turn. But like the best thing I like about the Colonel America is it allows you to kind of mitigate your late game a bit better, because with, you know, Zombie Power Man, you're discarding cards like crazy. Let's say you discard a Swarm, you're able to get extra Swarm value playing it on the Colonel's lane, since you've been discarding so many cards during the course of the game, which makes them actually benefit. Instead of just being a 0/3, you're pretty much playing a free card on that turn. You're getting the extra power from Colonel America, and that power, like, you know, Glazier was saying, really scales well. Even if you've discarded 3 cards through the course of a game, that makes Colonel America a 3/12, which is pretty good, I would say, honestly. And you add that extra power to, you know, Swarms in that lane. They go from a 2/3 to a 2/6, but it's a free card you're playing, so it's a 0/6, and I think 0/6 sounds pretty good. But, you know, Enchantress really isn't around right now because, you know, I mean, she may be around in like the Sarn decks, but if you're Enchantressing your Colonel America lane, you have Morbius huge on another lane, and then you have Dracula. So like it just allows you to kind of not like throw a lane like you would have thrown a lane just throwing Swarms out. Now it allows you to get extra value and really kind of play for 3 lanes instead of just, I have Morb on one lane, I have Dracula on another.
Silly Hat Man.
These are the best cards.
These are the best cards
so far.
Well, yeah.
These are the best cards this season so far. Like, they're just so cool. They've enabled. I'd love to hear what y'all think about whether or not they are needed for Destroy. I don't think they're needed, personally. I think they are very good, and they enable a new type of, discard. A new type of discard, but I don't believe they are truly needed for a discard deck. But I love the fact they have brought a new type of discard into the game, and I can feel at least halfway decent about playing Helicarrier for the first time, I think, ever.
You've got to play the butt deck. The build your own, like, it's in yesterday's video, again, pending when you see this, but like it is basically build your own Arishem with like this, with these 2 cards and Victoria Hand and Swarm and Helicarrier, and it's just like, and Corvus and Quinjet. That's the important cards. There's other cards, but those are the important ones.
I feel like Toxic sent me that one.
Yeah, probably. It's. I mean, like, you have to be a genius to play it. Don't tell Butt I said that. You have to be a butt to play it. But like, it's.
But
it's really, really hard to play, but it's one of the most like fun and rewarding things. It's one of my favorite decks ever in Marvel Set, and that these 2 cards brought that back is enough for me. I don't think that deck's gonna like shake up the meta unless Butt randomly wins Golden Gauntlet, which you can't like sleep on that possibility, right? However, I was going to say but, and then I realized that would just be confusing. However, I do think the like classic discard is the best home, to the point where this is the only time I've felt like cutting Dracula is ever even potentially right in classic discard. I'm not sure it's right, but it's at least a thought I have now. Like, I've seen versions that run Dracula, versions that don't. I tend to run Dracula just because I like him. He's Dracula, but he's not necessary. And just, there was always a throw lane and discard. Your plan was to just go so tall in 2 lanes they couldn't mess with you. Well, now I'm going so tall in 3 lanes, and I'm saying like, and I'm not really losing anything in those other 2, so you just can't commit to 2 anymore, right? Like, you have to really pick right. You have to really get lucky. And like, I've had games where just like I draw the Morbius late, and I'm just like, well, I'm gonna just throw the Morbius in the Colonel America lane and tell, like, and that's the lane they were competing in, and be like, screw you, that lane's now like 35 power.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. And then you drop the 20 power Apocalypse or the Dracula or whatever, and the game's over.
For the first time, I think in a long period of time, I actually just was playing normal Apocalypse because I just didn't. My Dracula had to get eaten, And then I was like, well, I guess I could just play Apocalypse. It is just good stats. Okay, sure.
Yeah, I played 16 power Apocalypse, and like if you don't get the Khonshu, it's fine. And sometimes like it's just more than Khonshu, right? I still, just for the record, don't like Khonshu. I recognize that he's a decent card, and I really, really, really don't like him. I think his design is annoying. He's a little
as a card.
Yeah, he's just a little too much variance for me. Like the what he brings back and the where he brings it back and the how much power it has is just like a bridge too far in terms of just like, oh come on, after like it's just annoying. Like it's not bad. It's not even necessarily bad design. It's just it's one bridge too far for me personally in terms of random bullshit. It's just like we really needed 3 different levels of random bullshit on this one card. Like I don't know.
I feel like
it feels like
too much. Quest. It's like quests and Snap.
Yeah.
Just
but like the
difficulty of quests just as I don't know, like a mechanic or whatever.
Sure, but like the quest could say like brings it back to an adjacent lane. Right? And then like you have some control over it, that kind of thing. Or the quest could say brings back the highest or whatever cost card. Right? Like instead of just being a random card. Like we don't have to have that level of randomness for the quest to exist. It's the level of randomness that I don't like. I think I would do adjacent lane if personally instead of like and still let it be a totally random card that it brings back. I think that's a relatively fun level of variance. But I think the 3 when combined is just like it's one lever more than I want in my variance in my superhero card game.
That's a fair point.
That was an aside. Sorry. Colonel America, if you like discard, go buy it and then go buy Luke. Yeah?
Yep.
That's simple.
Makes sense.
I think that might be the last card I tell people to go buy this season. Zombie Giant Man is a 5/3. It is out. It's a Series 4. On reveal, Horde 1, then this gains power equal to your Horde. So if you can make a big old Horde, this can be like, I don't know, Darkhawk.
Yeah. It just feels bad just this week right now, not having the extra enablers for zombie stuff.
Why is it hard the first week?
I don't think that's why it's bad. I think that this is bad because the power of Darkhawk.
It's a 5 cost.
Well, the power of Darkhawk has always secretly been that you disrupt the shit out of your opponent and then play Darkhawk. Yeah. I'm playing a zombie's not disrupting the shit out of shit. It's just making another body. Thanks. I mean, also the timing of this with Zombie Scarlet Witch is annoying because turn 5 is probably the only thing you're playing. If you play this in the Scarlet Witch lane, he's going to get the power before that last 2 trigger. Like, it's just all sorts of tiny annoying things about him. I don't think he's like very good.
I like the comparison made in chat. Worse Gilgamesh, because Gilgamesh was already a meta card.
Yeah. Right. Like Devil Dino, he's as big as Devil Dino and Ronin. And these are like these are all the same card. The one that's good is the one that comes with a disruption package. And the ones that like are occasionally cool are the other ones. And like this might occasionally be cool and might occasionally be good, but I don't expect it to be much more power than those. And if it's not more power, then it needs to offer more than just like, look, big body.
Yeah. The best time I've had with this card was when I got Camartage and I played it there. That's it.
Yeah, that'll do. If you can look, if there's a Wong Horde deck, we'll have another talk, right? But like
exactly.
I don't know. I also don't want to spend my Wong doing that. Like a magic for Camartage.
What if this was, and this is wild, like I think you have to remove, like you probably have to remove like the 3 power, make it a 4/0. What if this was an activate?
Then that's even worse because you can't play it on turn 6.
Jocasta.
But you get
yes, I should play Zombie Scarlet Witch and Jocasta. That is my turn 3 and 4.
Maybe,
Horde it up.
I was just thinking in terms of like you could still put all your other cards there. You just have it set up in another spot.
Look, it's not hard to make him great. You just make him a 4/0, and all of a sudden he's fucking busted, right? Like we've seen what Darkhawk was like.
5-cost cards are really great in Marvel Snap, as we can tell from all the other 5-cost cards.
I think some are. Like I think Hellion's great, Legion's great. They just crushed it with Thing for steps, and maybe like I'm wrong, and this will be awesome later. I don't. There's no 5-drop that's good because in numbers. Except maybe Iron Man. But even then, it's like copying and duplicating Iron Man and doing silly shit with it.
That's cheating. It doesn't even count its own numbers.
What about like, Hobgoblin?
I said good.
What do you mean, Spider-Woman?
We can keep. Do you want to just list bad 5-drops? Annihilus is good, I think, but not because of his numbers, right? Like,
White Tiger's one that I actually think is now a lot. I think White Tiger.
White Tiger's decent.
Mind.
Panther's decent because of his numbers, but he's decent because his numbers double easily, right? Like, he's not decent because he's a 5/10. He's decent because he's a 5/40. Like,
I can list other bad ones if we want me to keep going.
But so we've established my point. 5-drops that are good because they do a thing, not because they have number on them usually.
Because they have
like the number matters, right? Like, I'm not saying the number doesn't matter or is irrelevant. Like, it's not a binary. It's just like, if you have decent numbers, you still have to have a good effect. If you have great numbers and there's no effect in your deck, you're still probably not that good. Yeah. At least that's my working theory until proven otherwise.
Yeah. I think this is the worst card to release immediately. I do not understand why this was the first card released.
I forgot
to see the thing.
I forgot to rank the cards. We got to rank the cards. With the best of these cards is which? Colonel?
Yes.
Then Headpool or Zombie?
Zombie.
Then Headpool, right?
Yes.
Scarlet Witch, then Zombie? Giant Man?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
I really hope that there's a Did you see the thing where apparently some people got like the notification that Zombie Sentry was going to be releasing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's because they probably thought they were going to do put that in the limited game mode, you know what I mean? Like, release Zombie Giant Man later, and they did it wrong.
Yeah.
I think Sentry
can't wait
versus
for that card to come out. I was promised it 3 months ago.
You were not promised anything, sir.
I read about it in the Marvel Snap official
data mine.
No, they announced it.
Did they really? Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yep.
Well, Marvel Snap.
They said it was a mistake.
They lied.
Anyway.
They definitely lied, but I can't tell you why without breaking NDA. So instead, we'll talk about Zombie Mr. Fantastic, who's probably the card of the season. What makes me think he's the card of the season? Literally, he's a 2/2. Whenever they release a 2/2, it seems to be broken. On reveal, Horde 2, so he's already a 2/4. Like, actual 2/4. You don't have to do any extra bullshit. And activate. Give 4 of your created cards +1 power. So he's up to a 2/8. I'll play a 2/8 in a lot of decks. Thanks.
Why is it? This is just insane. This is such a good card.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty happy about this. So, I know we're supposed to be doing other things, but like, the order of this is going to be a giant pain in the ass. But if I can get Jocasta into symbiote Scarlet Spider. Scarlet Spider? Yeah, Scarlet Spider.
Yep.
Into Prodigy and this. And I make like 10 million Scarlet Spider clones and then give them 10 million power. That's the gas. It's never going to happen, but I'm going to tell Lauren to make one of her little Twitter things about it.
Stardust isn't real, and Stardust can't hurt us.
Stardust,
never heard of it.
Stardust is so gone. Like, Stardust is really great, except move and end of turn don't give a shit. Right? Like, that's cute. You should probably try Mercury instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Does this work with Mysterios or no?
Yep. Thanos' stones, Mysterios.
Mysterio.
Rocks.
Yes, I think it should.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah.
Everything that works for created cards works for Mysterio, so this should too. Right? Like the location that gives +2 to your created cards works for Mysterio clones.
Does that still give +2 power for the original Mysterio?
No.
Like, it was.
No, but you're activating it before there is an original Mysterio, so it doesn't matter. It shows as 2 power, even if it's the original Mysterio, then it changes to 4.
Anyway, the worst part about this card is the fact that it gives you 2 Horde.
You don't want the Horde? I do, because turns out that Horde is pretty good with Mysterio, which is pretty good with Mockingbird.
Yep, which is what I was thinking about with this card for sure.
Yeah. You know what I don't think this... My wife is so cute. You know what I think this card it really, really does like, though? Not running Zombie Scarlet Witch.
Strange Supreme instead, right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe. But, like, I don't know why I care about Zombie Scarlet Witch with this. Like, it's just... that makes one created card, and that doesn't... Like, making it... Like, I need things that make multiple created cards for this deck. So Victoria Handless, love this. right? Like Thanos lists are happy for this, and Mysterio lists are happy for this. But like my horde list, if I'm not making a horde with one of those other three things, having one created card, it's not like give one created card 4 power. It's give 4 created cards 1 power. So why do I care?
This is a new like auto add to like the Strange Supreme Thanos decks as well.
Yeah, it goes, and I think it's probably auto add in Victoria Hand. Like even if you only get 2 or 3, you've got, you know what I mean? Like you're perfectly happy to play a 2/6, and then like you've got Frigg in those decks, and getting a second copy of this does not seem half bad. Then the horde is a 4, and you're giving +2 to all your created cards. You just made an extra Victoria Hand.
This is the one of the few I'm like, what if I just prodigied just this guy? I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah, because that's still a 3/10 easily.
Yeah, no, I think this is good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great one.
I mean, this could like easily. And all right, this is my pick for card of the month.
Yeah,
at least for now.
Colonel.
Yeah. Like
without seeing it, I agree with you.
Like as a 2/2, it's just like they also really helping this card is that, well, even if it's a 2/4, right? Like I'll take a 2/4, no downside with some upside. Even if,
as we learned, 2/4 is not even enough anymore with like Colleen Wing having to get hit there.
Yep. So even if it's not like immediately great, they nerfed half the good 2-drops in the game. So like I'm just happy to have like a lot of decks are like, oh, I'll take a 2/4.
Does that sorry, I know we have the hunger on screen, but I'm gonna ask this question. In your opinion, does Zombie Mr. Fantastic, again, not seeing the card, does Zombie Mr. Fantastic get nerfed before 2026?
No, I don't think so.
Fair.
I think it might be good enough to get nerfed, but I think it's going to sell as a really as not as powerful as it is because it spreads the power out. Things that spread power out don't get the same hate as things that put like a ton of power in one place, just because of the way people's brains work.
That's actually a really good point. I like that.
And big number unknown power either.
Yeah, big number unknown power make people mad. Simple small power. That's how Victoria Hand's avoided her nerf for a million years, right? And that's why like we knew that Iron Patriot was going to nerf so fast because it was hidden big power.
Yeah.
It's just the way people's brains work. They're nerfing it. Like, they'll be like, it's for game balance. It's also for people being, like, angry and, like, closing the game after they lose to a thing. Because they definitely keep trying. All right.
Be fun.
Limited time game mode. Do we know which limited time game mode is first? I should know this, but I don't.
Sanctum's.
Is it really? That's lame. Sanctum is the one I like less. Sanctum is the hunger. You can get the hunger from Sanctum. It's a 1-cost skill that makes a 0-cost horde that is on reveal horde 3. And they put Zombie Captain America's head over the cost of this card once it's split, or at least on all the like website-y stuff. So that's why the note 1 cost is on screen for those of you watching on YouTube. This is... Go ahead, talk.
Yeah, I think this is like one of those key cards that really will show you like, is the horde actually something that can be, mess with? But I do think like this is one of those cards you play into potentially that Mysterio deck with Mockingbird and everything. Not even just for like a turn 1 play, but it's just a later thing you're slamming down, maybe for some hit monkey stuff. Like this card, like you said, like maybe you're not running Zombie Scarlet Witch because you have other cards that do stuff that's better than having to play cards on the same lane every single time. Of course, this goes hand in hand also with Zombie Scarlet Witch. Playing this onto Zombie Scarlet Witch gives you +5 onto the horde on a single turn. But this is definitely one of those key cards, which is why I'm glad it's in a limited time mode. You don't really have to spend tokens necessarily on this right now to really be able to play this new type of, style of Snap that, you maybe wouldn't have been able to play if you had to spend the tokens. So I enjoy that, but this is definitely one of those cards make or break.
This just seems honestly like a good card, though. Like, even if one of the things I'm actually most stoked about with this card is the fact that I don't think you need, Tuck said for a second, you don't need to have a horde deck for this to be a good card, as we've learned with like Ghost Spider. I know Ghost Spider does utility, but still, Ghost Spider and cards that are akin to that where it's just a 1/3. This is a 1/3, and as a card that free-to-play players can get, this is a way that you can get into those like Sanctorum locations if you're strategically playing it on like the final turn of the board or final turn of the game.
Get into Sanctum with this, can you?
Yeah, because it's just a horde. It goes to a different
location.
Oh,
the horde can just go anywhere. Oh, cool. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, you're right.
So it's just also a way to, you put 1/3, you put 3 power on the board elsewhere. You don't know where, but that's the trade-off. You spend 3 power, you don't know where, or you get 3 power on the board, you just don't know exactly where, but you can still play for it, so you can know where. It's like a weird technicality. Like it a lot.
This has 2 decks, which are really 1 deck, but like I'm going to treat as 2 decks because they don't have to be 1 deck. That I think really make it work, and neither of them are Zombie Scarlet Witch decks, but that doesn't seem like my problem. That seems like theirs. I'm excited to play this in Bounce because I can drop this on a Joaquin Torres, and then I can bounce it and have a 0/6 that I can play with my Hit Monkey at the end of the game. And I'm excited to play this in Merlin Wolf because Merlin Wolf likes 1-cost skills. Yep. That's why it runs Merlin.
That also keep the power away from that lane, or like lets you put
the werewolf
in there that puts power out. It's so good.
Yeah, those are where I'm interested in it. Horde is fine, right? Like cool. I'm not sad to have it for Horde, but I think Bounce and Werewolf are what care about it. And like I'm sure there's a Bounce Wolf. My current preferred versions of Bounce don't run Werewolf. They're Hitmonkey or Sage decks right now. So like I think that for Hitmonkey, this card is just a ridiculously huge boon. Like having access to a 0/3 for 0 or 0/6 for Hitmonkey is insane. Like I can drop like 3/6 in Demons, Hitmonkey, and this without a beast. Yeah. So that's 18 plus 6 is math. 18 plus 6 is 24 plus, and that's 4 cards for Hitmonkey. So that's another 8 for Hitmonkey plus his native 3, 11. So that's a 35 power last turn.
Pretty good.
Without like any extra work, right? All I have to do is literally play Hood I have to play Joaquin Torres, play Hunger, and play Hood.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound hard. Like that's awesome. That's enough to win games.
I'm stoked with this card.
Me too.
This is gonna be a very this is a very fun card that I also, if we go talk about like the ranking, I don't know where this actually fits in the ranking. I'm stoked for it though.
I think I have it 3rd.
Under the Colonel.
Yeah, I could see it being above Colonel, but for now I have it separating the cute little pair of Colonel and Zombie, because Zombie Panorama has downside and Colonel does.
That's fair. It's such an awesome card.
It is.
Skills are one of my favorite implementations in Snap.
Skills are like the exact opposite of Activate in terms of how much I like them. Skills are like awesome and open up the game, whereas Activate is either kind of terrible or kind of busted.
Yeah, I agree. That's skills are cool. Speaking of activates that are either terrible or kind of busted.
I am excited for this card. This is Zombie Captain Marvel. She is the Series 5 card that comes out the week after Sanctum, I guess. The week after Mr. Fantastic. Activate, destroy your other cards here to get +3 power for each. Move to another location. You're losing. So like if you can get 3 cards in her lane, and that, don't forget, you can still play cards there on turn 5, then activate her, right? She's going to become a 3 plus 9, 312. Sorry, 412. I can count. She's going to become a 412, right? Am I making that up?
13. 413.
Yeah, math is hard. I can't count. It's fine. I teach English, not math. 413.
That's a big difference.
Sure. She's going to become a 413 that either, if you're like winning all the lanes, just chills being a 413, or goes to a place you're losing. And usually in Marvel Snap, not always, but usually in Marvel Snap, 13 power is enough to turn a lane you're losing to a lane you're winning.
Sometimes. I don't know. You'll have to sell me on that.
Yeah. And then you know where she goes because she does it immediately, right? So she doesn't do it twice. She like, whoop, bye Tucker.
Oh, Tuck. Yeah, Tuck
was the Tucker net is gone.
Oh no. 07's in chat for Tuck.
Yeah, bye Tuck.
But I was gonna say, for my purist of copiums, if you play this onto a Jocasta lane, and then you activate Jocasta first, and you can activate Zombie Captain Marvel later.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah. There's a lot. Hey, Newman's here. There's a lot to like about this card. I like this. If I can play this on my what's her name? I can't think of her stupid name. Airwalker Lane, right? And that's just gonna get me misery. If I want to blow up Airwalker another way, I could grab Zombie Captain Marvel, which I guess could be annoying. But then I'm doing that on turn 4, and I can still play the not misery. The
actually, I like that. I didn't think about the
what's her name?
Airwalker shout out.
What's her name? Help me. Morgan.
Oh,
Morgan. Yeah, it gets Morgan.
Okay.
I kill
Morgan
Airwalker.
yeah.
I use Zombie to kill Airwalker, and I get Morgan Le Fay. And I have 13 power. That seems good. And then I got Morgan, so I got all the stuff I destroyed back. And worst case is I destroy Airwalker and I get Zombie Captain Marvel, and but I do that on turn 4, right? So I still have another turn to destroy stuff with Zombie Captain Marvel and get Morgan out. I'm down with this. This is insane. This card's gonna be awesome. Tucker, why is this card awesome? Oh, is he just frozen?
Yeah, his internet's really taking a crapper right now.
I mean, it turns out Florida, good at everything. Continue.
Anyway, apparently so. I'm
sorry. He's got to get.
It's a shame. Yeah, sorry. Yes. I mean, I just think the card has a lot of really cool opportunities. This feels like, again, kind of where I mentioned before, where they're trying to release Series 5 cards that don't make the new mechanic, but they introduce other ways to innovate on it. Yeah. And so another way to mess with Destroy, just giving Destroy an extra tool, is just a cool thing to me. So I love that potential. I love the opportunity just in that as well, just a lot more design space. And I think that one of the biggest things that we've seen with Activate in particular is that Activate, at least for Destroy, really loves Nimrod. And so this also just seems like a really cool Nimrod style of card. And I love that as well.
Yeah. Nimrod in a this works with Nimrod and Headpool really well, right? Like you can destroy Headpool several times and then just drop this in a lane, drop Nimrod, and all of a sudden you're pretty happy.
Oh yeah.
I like this card. I think this is going to be great. I know this is a hot take, but 4/13s are usually good.
Please stop being so controversial on air. Tuck, do you want to say what you think about this card, or do you want to have your internet die again?
It's reset. My router literally reset itself twice just now. I don't know what just happened. But I think this card's got potential. Of course, Mercury exists. Counter card exists. Makes card bad. That's kind of like what I've.
Wait, Mercury doesn't make this bad. It still gets the power. It's just a 4/13.
I mean, it just can't move. That's the only thing. But you're not necessarily playing this just to have
plus
it move,
as well.
So I think if you're not losing into the other lanes anyways, it just stays where it's at. But I think the takes you guys said with Airwalker, Nimrod, and stuff, it just gives you some combo potential.
Heard us.
Yeah. So I think this card's going to be pretty fun.
Oh yeah? Why don't you rank it?
Below Headpool?
Nah, I'm higher on it than that. I think it's almost certainly better than Zombie Power Man. Probably better than the Hunger for me.
Yeah, I put it Power Man.
I don't know if I'm sold on better than Power Man, but I'm willing to be wrong. Without seeing the card, I'm not saying that.
Okay. I'm gonna go above Power Man. I think it's gonna end up around Colonel America, in neck and neck territory. And literally the only reason, and I'm not being hyperbolic, the only reason I think that Mr. Fantastic is better is because he's a 2/2. And I'm pretty sure they don't know how to make 2/2s that aren't broken.
Yeah, so far they haven't proved me wrong. Or you wrong.
Yeah. It's just every 2/2 they release, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah. All right. It's gonna be insane.
Sometimes 2/3s are broken too. True. Coming to everyone's favorite mode, or at least my favorite mode. That's a name I don't know. Tucker?
Grand Arena.
Grand Arena. Thank you for knowing the names of things. The Grand Arena, with all new Grand Arena heroes who we don't know. Are they data mined properly? No, right?
Yes.
They are?
Well, we don't have... They announced them as well on their website. At least 4 of the new ones.
Ghost Spider, Hulk, and Thor.
Is it Thor?
I need to go find these.
Do you think... So... Tuck and I were talking about this literally forever ago, where we said we want Beta Ray Bill and Thor to be able to buff each other with their hammers. What if the skill lets them do that?
Wait, I thought you said they were data mined. Oh, we just know what they are, not what they do?
Yeah, their skills are not data mined.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. No offense. I don't super care. I want to know what.
We don't even know that. We don't even know. Technically, they're on Datamite, right? That was an official announcement, I thought.
No, on the game news it says what champions are going to be the new ones, but it doesn't say what their like skills are going to be, like what their abilities are on the skills.
Yes.
Brady literally every about 10 minutes sends me every win he gets with his C2 Zombie Scarlet Witch deck, being like, "It's good, I swear," and I don't believe him.
No,
I want to be clear.
He's winning.
I'm
seems like you're wrong.
Sure, he's a liar. I'm just gonna go with you.
Seems like you're wrong. I don't know.
All right. If either you want to poke your head into the creator program, there's pretty good news there, and we can continue on. You saw it? All right.
Yes.
We can head on to actually talking about Zombie Sentry, who his tongue looks fucking weird and I keep staring at it. He's a 3/4.
I never noticed it. Why would you bring it up?
It's just, I have to see it. You have to see it. It looks almost like it's like a strand of his hair, except it's coming out of his mouth. It's really fucked up.
My God, I'm going to zoom in on this. All right, hold up. I need to see this.
All right, while he does that, on reveal, hoard 1 for each of your cards at the right location. Spoiler alert, play him at the right location.
Mm-hmm. He counts.
Mm-hmm.
However, he's also probably just hoard 3. I hate to tell you this.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is his tongue. Ew, you're so wrong. You're wrong as a person, but you were right about this.
I designed the card. Oh, man. So he's a 3/4 plus 3, so he's a 3/7. Do you care? Wait. One thing we really need to know is if he counts unrevealed cards.
I believe so. Same way that that like what's her face Wolfsbane works.
Is that her wording? I'm gonna look up Wolfsbane. You do this.
She just says other cards.
Yes, for each other card you have here. So yeah, so each card you have at that location, similar. It's similar enough.
Instead of other, other just means she doesn't count herself. That's fine. Then if he counts himself,
he doesn't say other.
Well, because then you just play him with like skills or Kitty Pride or whatever, and then like he's 100%. Still. Then he can be +4. Turning him into a 3/8 is almost worth it.
I think what you were mentioning earlier about this guy with what's his face. This feels like a really fun. I think there's gonna be a War Off by Night. I think is just gonna get better and better as more and more skills come out, and it's probably gonna get nerfed soon because of that. And I think that this is gonna be another good card with War Off by Night.
They need to, if they nerf Werewolf before they nerf some of these other cards, that's gonna.
They're not nerfing Werewolf.
Yeah.
As they keep releasing more and more skills, Werewolf by Night's gonna keep getting better and better.
Yes, but I don't know if it's nerf territory.
No. I'm not saying now. I'm saying like this isn't even like end of year. I'm saying like I'd go with beginning of summer next year, where Werewolf by Night gets nerfed.
Why?
At minimum.
Is it the skills?
Because skills. Yeah.
I don't think so. They released Mercury. Is basically
they'll
what
buff Nicholas Scratch before they nerf Werewolf by Night.
Yep.
All right, Tuck. We'll make it a bet. I'm down. We'll pay off the same way we did with that Gore bet.
All right. This card this card is fine. If Horde is good, this is fine, and this doesn't go anywhere else. Do we have anything else to say about this? This was
going to release apparently.
It was going to release.
You get this for playing in the game mode, so like I think that's a plus.
So is it the worst?
It is really cool that I think.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, please.
I was just going to say that I think this is the fact that they're releasing, I think, the best Horde enablers before. What's it called?
Sorry,
before
that was my impression of this card
for free to play things. The fact that they're releasing the free Horde and the best Horde enablers, I think, as like free to play accessible is really cool.
So they have to because it's the season pass. Is this better than Zombie Giant Man? Probably.
Yes. Yes. Just
so
black and white, cut and dry. Yes.
I think if Zombie Giant Man is good, this has to be good.
Yes. If Zombie Giant Man's a 4 cost, I think you have a different argument, or you have more of an argument. But at 5 cost, yes.
I mean, why you don't need week 4? Week 4 is Zombie Captain Marvel. Just week 2 is all you need.
Yeah.
So
unless you just want zombie stuff, if you want to do all the zombie things, spend your resources you want to there. But if you really want to,
but also don't do that. Play good decks.
Yes, and save your tokens for next season.
And next season seems insane. I'm very excited for that one.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about that in about 30 days. I think it's significantly less. I think it's like 20 days. The season is very short. All right.
Yeah.
We'll be.
Are
we back?
Zombie?
Are we going to be?
I don't know why Zombie Giant Man's here again, but look, hi Zombie.
Because
I ordered it. Right. Yeah. Okay. Zombie Galacti. Well, I thought he just came back because he was a zombie, so he was back from the dead. A Zombie Galacti is the stupidest fucking card they've ever made. He is even if he's like, by the way, Brady made these slides for me, so the why is this a card is just Brady, for the record. This is 7/4. Zombie Galacti is start of game. Choose 6 other cards in your deck. And that's a lie, because the game chooses 6 other cards in your deck. You don't choose 6 other cards in your deck.
No, this is it chose.
That
when Brady made a misspelling.
Chose? Oh, even if it's choose or chose, it doesn't change.
No, I was just making fun of White Wayne Brady for doing a misspell.
Oh, yeah. Well, he made fun of me for doing this. Oh, no, that was Newman that made fun of me for doing this. Whatever. I can't even read this card. This is so terrible. On reveal, transform those cards into copies of this. So basically what you need to do is get to 7 energy and also somehow buff Zombie Galacti. And if you can buff him enough, you can turn 6 other cards into the buffed thing you just played. But the best buff card we have in Marvel Snap is Symbiote Spider-Man, and that shit don't work. All good?
According to the person who is apparently doing the dev video on this, because they leaked it themselves, the best way they've seen to play this is Conchu.
Who is it? Somebody's going on them? Cam?
No, it's Kocha.
Oh, okay. I don't want to play this with Conchu. I hope that's not rude, but like I can only discard.
You already said you didn't. You already said you don't like Conchu earlier. I think it's fair.
No, but like, I guess if I can turn the board into a bunch of 12s, that's cool. But like, that's a lot of work. And what happens when I don't get like to play the part of the deck that is the copies of this? And like the deck can't do anything else because it can only discard him, right? Or Conchu's not good, but I have to run more discarders because I have to keep discarding Conchu.
Just play this in Airsham,
Conchu.
You know?
I mean, you could play this in Airsham. Airsham Conchu? No. Let's go. Arish Conchu.
It's like blink stuff, right? I guess, is it?
You can blink it. You can blink a 6-drop.
Yep.
I mean, you can blink Gwenpool. Like, I mean, I guess yes, but like,
it's
still. Not even Gwenpool's not even good. Sorry, no, Gwenpool's a bad shout. I mean, because you're just buffing your hand at that point, not even this card. And then when this reveals, all the cards you buff just go to Zombie Galacti's power.
I mean, this is why you run. This is why Surge is such a great card. Actually, Surge and what's his face, Mr. Fantastic First Steps. You just keep reducing that cost, making it better and better, and then it's just insane. That's it.
Zoo Shuri Galacta says Toxie. So
wait.
How is he getting to 7 energy in this deck? That's a really good question.
Just
playing on to Hope.
Play on to Hope where you run Magic.
Yeah.
Hope, Luna, Magic. You've got like 19 million things.
Yeah, I don't want to do that for this because when I usually play.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean Hope Summers. I meant legitimately Hope.
Okay.
Best of luck to you.
Because like when I play Magic, I want my deck to do stupid points because I'm giving my opponent an extra turn, and you have to assume that they're gonna do stupid points with their extra turn, right? That's why like Negative and like Move Tribunal and shit are where you run Magic, and like Clog, where like they can't win. If you're running a 7th turn and taking the risk of the negative cube equity that comes with, and taking the risk that they can just go over the top, you need to be doing something that doesn't like ever lose. If this is something that can never ever lose, I will be very, very impressed.
Yeah, you know what this should have been?
Quests?
Old Eson. This should have been the old Eson text.
What was old Eson text?
For this, I think was it +2 power for each card in your deck that has a different cost. Or
yeah, that'd be cool.
Or something.
That'd be cool. Look, what this is bad. Yeah, you can run Hope Summers Cerebro 4, and hope it doesn't hit Cerebro.
Yikes!
I don't know.
Listen, this is. All right, I'm gonna cope and say this is gonna be best card of this season somehow. I understand that I'm wrong, but
like it's possible, right? Like it's possible that like if this is good, it is going to be great. Because if the only reason to do all this work is if it's completely fucking broken, I think it's the worst card of the season. And I agree with why is this a card, but like, no one knew if Arishem was going to be good, right?
Yeah. There's a chance this is a very cool card.
Oh, Pixie.
Probably
Foxy
not.
says Pixie. Unfortunately, I still need to buff this for it to do anything.
My 7-cost Wasp is really upset.
I mean, there's got to be a way to like. So
my Mobius and Mobius laughs at your 7-cost Wasp and gives you 7-cost Zombie Galacti as well. Enjoy it.
So if I can do a buff deck to get a lot of extra power, right? Don't I just want to do Fallen One? Like, it's not good, especially, but like, I can do a buff deck that gains a ton of power. I can do Zombie Galacti or Fallen One. I don't want them together because I don't want to turn my Fallen One that I just buffed to all hell into a 7/4.
I don't. Who knows?
I keep like, there's got to be something we're just missing, right?
I think like, this is truly. I think
you know what would make this you know what would make this reasonably cool? If it said and Horde 1.
Or even transform the Horde if there was a Horde.
No, I don't want to transform the Horde. I want Horde 1 on him because I want the Horde to gain the 6 power, 7 power from playing him. Because you play him as Horde 1, then all of his copies become Horde 1 cards. That'd be cool.
Don't they also? I was thinking about that. There's they've coded it probably so there isn't an endless loop, but every single time an on reveal happens, typically the effect gets triggered everywhere, or like a transformation triggers, their effects get triggered everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of those will just technically re-trigger infinitely, but I'm assuming it doesn't actually happen that way.
Yeah, I think once it's transformed, it's just transformed. I don't think that there's like a thing that is or does. Hey, OBS just disconnected and reconnected. So we're still recording, but we weren't live for a second. Hopefully we're live again. Someone will tell us in chat if we are.
You're live.
We are? Okay. Let me just say we back in chat.
I saw the stream. I had the stream open the side. I saw the stream break for a second, and I just saw you look up and go.
Yeah. It's just so at around 10:30 most nights, there just seems to be a moment that the internet just straight up drops. For no fucking riddle apparent reason. It happens not every night, but like it seems to be like almost every other night, just for no reason. For like 10 seconds, the internet just completely drops. Sometimes it happens again later, usually when the weather's bad. But yeah, it's just become a part of my life. I don't know why it's this time. I don't know why it is. It's very strange, but it's also the only time I can stream. So
what is it? I'm trying to swap my ISPs. I think next week because I've been so annoyed at my connection.
Yeah, I'm trying to move. We're literally going to see an apartment tomorrow. Hopefully a new apartment, which is closer to like the expat area of the town, has more consistent internet because I know there's a lot of people who are here on digital, what's called like a digital passport or a digital visa or whatever. Digital nomad, that's what they're called, digital nomads, where like their life is content creation, but because it's so cheap to live here, they just do content creation from here. Just like it's absurdly and stupidly cheap to live here. So like if you can, like you'd have to do a visa run every 3 months that way for that type of visa, but like it's easy enough to do a visa run. You just basically go across the border to any of like 4 countries next to here for like an hour or 2, and then you come right back and you get like another 3 months. It's really easy, but that area is where all those people live. And my logic is because there's so many digital nomads there, they probably have better internet. So I'm looking to move. Again, I'm going to look through apartments. I should move in the next month or so. It has been 3 months.
Anyway,
yeah.
It makes more sense than this card does.
This card's poopy. This card is the my internet of cards.
Hopefully I don't know. I'm going to hope that we have to mess with it in order to actually play with it. And then there's something we find out as soon as it actually occurs.
Did you know the Gen Zers made a word for that kind of hope?
Copium?
There you go. Huff it, huff it, baby.
I'm one of them Gen Zers. You want me to? I could drop so much lingo that y'all would hate it. Oh wait, no, Tuck knows this too.
He just looks older. He's not older. He's like 23.
No. He's older than me by 1 month. That's it.
Are you really? Oh. All right. I want chat. I would like chat to weigh in on that.
I watch it. Okay, this is a random thing. So I found out I was 26 at the time because I asked him what it was like to be 28 because he's a month older than me a few months ago.
You were born in 99?
98. We're both born in 98.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean that you're 27 now? I'm 27 now. You're 1 year older than me. And he had to teach me how old I was. And so for I don't know how long of a period of time, I definitely thought I was 27, but I was actually 26. So now I'm still 27. I think I've been 27 for about 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so our card or variant of the week is Howard the Duck. I don't know what to do with that information. I'm so sorry. We only have 2 Howard variants. We have Noir and Infinity Gauntlet. Since only one person chose Infinity Gauntlet, by definition, since there are 3 of us, who is the Infinity Gauntlet person?
Oh wait. Ask it again.
Okay. The Infinity Gauntlet person is the person who just grabbed his fisting machine. It is not my Dance. Dance, tell us about why you like this one. Is it because you have a toy? Tucker has a toy. He didn't pick that one.
I can't build his. He's bad at Legos, is why.
I can't build Legos. I'm so bad at Legos.
I got other priorities.
He has like a priorities called kids.
You have kids?
Kids, sorry. Kid. My bad. No, he doesn't have kids.
Singular.
No, are you a one and done, or are you going for more?
I'll go for more for sure.
All right, I'm a one and done. It's like,
now.
oh, we Joe done. All right, go ahead.
Well, I told him to wait until eventually I get one. Then he can have a kid.
Are you
a second kid? God, I can't English.
This is an important question for the relation to this entire conversation. I don't usually ask this. Are you single? Are you married? Are you involved with somebody?
I'm married.
Okay, I'm just like, well, because if like, because if he's like, hey, you got to wait for me to have a kid, and he's single, it's like,
yeah,
are you sure? Like someone's gonna marry you?
No, no. What the hell? You can't. Everyone says that to me. Even my wife says that. What the hell?
It's okay. My wife says the same basic thing to me. She's like, "You're so lucky you met me." Like, yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, it's great. I continually ask people like, okay, cool. So your wife's real, right? I'm like, yeah. What makes you think she's not? And they just look at me as an individual.
Fair enough.
I don't want to answer any other questions about the Infinity Gauntlet. I think I've talked enough about myself here.
All right, Tucker. Why did we pick Noir?
Because it's amazing. It literally is like pure detective, Howard the Duck, and it reminds me of Robo every single time I see it.
My internet just hiccuped again. It's gonna be one of those nights. All right, go ahead.
It reminds me of good old Robo plays, Slow Robitussin every single time, and then
I hope he's doing well.
Yeah, he is doing well. And then it just the detective, the Noir Howard, just go so hard. He looks so badass.
I almost chose the Sean Galloway one for him.
I like the Sean Galloway. I almost picked the hip, but the Noir is Dick Tracy, but Howard the Duck, and that's just great, right? Like, and also, correct me if I'm wrong, but like animated, it rains.
Mm-hmm.
And like animated rain in Marvel Snap is the coolest thing. Like if there's animated rain on a card, I love that card. So that's it.
Punisher.
Yeah.
When they do the extra animations with Venom's food one.
Oh yeah, the Wolverine too.
The Wolverine too. I was thinking the Venom food one where he like has the fork and the knife. And he goes bum bum.
I don't think I have that.
Bum bum.
Yeah. It's album.
The album?
No. That's why I don't have it. I don't. Yeah. The one Quinjet that's propellers go. Like there's certain animations that are just really really cool, and like they will make me pick the card.
Helicarrier that has Nick Fury just like bob up and down.
Yeah.
Dan Hip.
Yeah.
Dan Hip's Brood's eyes also glow. It's really cool. All right.
True.
But Howard is a duck, and he is not just a duck. He is the duck.
In the season pass as well with a really awesome variant.
Season pass variants are awesome. It's like they were like, let's release a bad card and see how many goodies we can add on to get people to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Which they released 2 more cool variants for bad cards in there.
Yeah. But Howard's cool. Great. Like I'm not mad that Howard should probably be bad, but Howard's also awesome.
Yeah, Howard is a card that's like, speaking of Robo's one who's like, buff this card, put this in it, do this. I'm like, I don't know if I really want this card to do more. I'm happy with this card as is. It doesn't have to be amazing. It serves its specific role in the game. I like it.
Of being really funny and letting me snap when I see my opponent play it. Double check that it's
I'm
not
saying
Robo.
you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm not going to agree with you.
Mm-hmm. All right. I feel like we've talked enough about Howard the Quack Quack. Follow Tucker. Why are we following Tucker?
If you guys want just, an environment where you can feel accepted, you can talk about anything and welcome literally every single time. Follow me. Join the kingdom for high energy Marvel Snap gameplay, as well as yapping, whether it is, with dance on YouTube as well. We do the yap every single week. And then, sorry, you threw me off.
Okay, we're still alive. My internet almost died again.
It was really funny because I was like, oh, I see your face, like, oh, is stream about to die? And I saw you do the whole thing, just like reacting to the whole thing live. I'm like, oh, no, he's fine. It's just amusing.
It just drives me a little bit crazy. Just a little bit crazy. It's because, like, sorry, I don't want to talk about this during.
You know what I'm crazy about?
Yeah,
the stuff that Tucker's talking about.
Which I was listening to until my internet started freaking out, and then I stopped listening. Sorry, Tucker. I had a mental breakdown instead of listening to you. But I will join your stream because we can talk about anything on Tucker's stream. So next time Tucker streams and I'm awake and around, I'm gonna pop in and we're gonna talk about my mental breakdown from the internet driving me slowly insane. I have like,
well, you'll hear every other word since your internet's dying apparently.
Well, so is Tucker, so like, we can commiserate on this. Like, it'll be fine.
No, but it's opposite speed, so you hear nothing. You're doomed.
Oh my god, I can type under Tucker's name.
What? You can type under Tucker. Wait, add your title.
I just did it. Tucker has a title.
Go to twitch.tv/not my dance.
Fair, Brady. I could live in the States. It could be worse. Yeah. So I love Tucker streams. I miss Tucker streams. I remember when Tucker was a Marvel rival streamer, and it broke my heart because he abandoned me to go pew pew pew, and then he gave up on that bullshit finally, and now he likes Marvel Snap again because he's a good person, and we knew he would eventually find the light. It's like the Dark Luffy arc. I don't know if that existed, but it does in my heart now. So it was like the Dark Luffy arc, but we knew that like Luffy could never truly be evil, so like he rejected the, I don't know, evil corruptive power of the devil fruit, as I make up my own fanfic right now, and came back to the light of Marvel fruit? Snap. I mean, he is the devil fruit. Tucker is the devil fruit. You should bite him.
I don't know.
You typed in your Twitch. You look at you cutie. Advertising.
I did. I saw I could advertise.
Yeah. All right. Please follow Tucker. Pretty please. Eventually, if you follow him, if I get enough people to follow him, I can bully him into moving to Vietnam on a digital nomad visa, and then he can be my friend in person. It'd be really cute. It's even cheaper than Florida. Why would it be awkward?
But then he's gonna be so tall.
Oh, it'd be so.
And you have to like.
One of my friends is 6'5". Like one of the teachers is 6'5", and he's like Mr. Exercise, and like he has to have all his clothes. He's like, everything is so cheap, or I never think about money, but all my clothes have to be tailored because they don't fit. They don't make anything that fits me. It's pretty fucking great. So once in a while he tries to wear something he bought, and it looks like it's like barely not a crop top, and it's like skin tight. It's amazing. Get ready.
I hate wearing t-shirts so repeatedly. It's like I have to grab all like a bunch of oversized hoodies just so I could do that, just so I can wear stuff. Otherwise, I can't lift my arms up.
How tall are you?
I'm not as tall as Tuck. I'm 6'3".
Really? Okay, fine. You would also be a giant here. But you're like an engineer, so I can't bully you into like coming here. I can potentially harass Tucker with the sheer cheapness of things. You don't understand. You live like a king, a pirate king.
Anyway, he has a really awesome Twitch, really awesome YouTube, really awesome TikTok, really awesome Twitter,
and it's also every week X. On his YouTube he says "bust." True. And bustin' makes you feel good.
Not since Ghostbusters has anyone uttered that word that many times in an episode without it being like. So it's awesome. Dang it! I said the word. Shoot. I'm trying not to. I'm seeing how long. I'm seeing if I can avoid a recording session without saying it.
Days since incident 0.
All right, there you go.
So, all right, please follow my giant friend. Pretty please. Again, if we get him to like 20,000 followers, I bet you I could get him to move to Vietnam.
That would be awesome.
So come on, let's get him. Let's get him. I come on, help me have more real life friends here. I have like plenty of real life friends here. I'm actually going to like 3 parties this weekend, but still, I want my other friends here, where it's cheap.
Sure.
All right, whose internet is worse? I mean,
Mine.
probably Tucker's. Mine drops for like 2 seconds, then works fine. Tucker's is just like a consistent nightmare.
Well, my internet's just consistent. It's actually just slow. It doesn't break, but it's just like slow the whole time.
Well, I think the problem is very often that you don't know what buttons to click and keep using the wrong apps. I remember how long it took you. Like there were like 4 episodes where we did this, where you couldn't figure out how to join this app.
Yeah, because I had to download Chrome. Shout out to Nick the Greek Geek because I was able to use the other I didn't have to fully install Chrome in order to be here today.
You know what? Nick the Greek Geek is currently Nick the Sleep Geek. So he, I'm sure, is very happy.
No, he said he was going to be here today. Don't worry. He said he was going to be
here. He was like,
he
messaged me and was like, I really miss being on. And even if it's the morning, just tell me and I'm going to set an alarm and I'll be up. And I was like, well, this is when we're doing. He's like, all right, I'll be there. Just wait for me.
Yeah. He'll be, just wait.
How long have we been live?
I don't know. It's only been going for 14 minutes is what I'm
okay. Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
God. Wait, Brady's going to lay down. He quit. He officially quit on us. 6'3" people made of plastic. All right. Ready? Follow, not my dance. He's delightful. Why are you delightful?
I don't know. I'm currently telling people to go to Tucker's channel instead right now, and I have to hold my arm this way so that my little text below my name
is it black in the bottom. That's what you're doing. I was like, why is he sending like that? Okay.
Yeah. No, this is why. That's why I'm sending this awkward angle because otherwise I realized the text.
That's not your name.
Readable. No, it's not. But I'm shouting at Tuck as well because he's awesome.
No, you need to follow Dance.
I need to fix Tucker's name. I gave him the wrong
name. No.
Put 9 toes.
He has 9 toes. He doesn't have 2. He only lost 1.
Anyway, I'm not my dance. I'm on Twitch, YouTube, and I don't know. You could check those 2 at least. I'll post on Twitter, and those are the only places you'll actually find me doing anything when I don't have 19 other responsibilities trying to vie for my attention and time. But it'll be a fun time. I'm gonna see if I can try to win in the Golden Gauntlet because I haven't qualified yet because I was busy the last one casting it, and then I was busy in the other one just doing other things. So let's see if I can actually qualify this time.
So, like, Don's streams. He makes YouTube videos. He does a podcast. He makes like half the community's thumbnails. He has work. He has school. And he's married. I think you are officially the 2nd busiest person in Marvel Snap. Congratulations. I'd like to bestow this crown upon you.
I didn't. It's heavy as the head that bears the crown. Yeah. I don't want yours. I'm happy with 2nd. I'd rather take 3rd.
Well, Coach occasionally like laps us all, but he seems to have chilled the fuck out finally. Thank God. So I was worried about him for a while.
Well, it's when he's doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, well, he just didn't sleep for like the first year of Marvel Snap, which is a thing. I still sleep 4.5 to 5 hours a night, so I'm doing great over here. But you should follow.
You get naps in.
I do. I sleep at least 3 days a week for an hour as soon as I get home. Then I get up and write an article and make a video and stream and make a raid video and hang out with my son and help with homework and eat dinner. And then I get off and instead of going to sleep, I hang out with my wife for like an hour. Sleep is good. However, none of that is why you should follow Dance. You should follow Dance because he is genuinely delightful. I really enjoy talking to him. He makes me laugh and have a good time. Follow twitch.tv/notmydance, or I guess Tucker for $3. I don't understand.
I want to buy it. I want to see if I can buy the channel from him.
Oh, you know what you should buy? You should buy
I can't.
You should buy tucker.com because I bet you no one owns tucker.com and you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Like 60 cents for tucker.com and you could just be like, only Tux. Let's go.
Goodness gracious.
Tucker.com. Ooh. It's not available. It's free.
Really?
I don't see anything there yet.
I can't put it on my screen because it might just be like porn or something. But I'm going to
No, there's nothing there.
Okay. So
at least unless you see anything.
Go to GoDaddy and site can't be reached. Doesn't exist. Hey, I got disconnected again. I'm gonna move this along because I'm not. Oh wait, I'm not disconnected. I'm just not connected to chat. What is my internet even doing? It's just like different pieces of it are breaking. Is everyone frozen? Oh, everyone's frozen. That's fun. It says I'm connected to everything, but I'm clearly not. I don't know what to do. I guess. Sorry, we're still recording this, so everyone's watching me stumble as I wonder what happens when I refresh this. I guess the podcast is now suddenly over. Troubleshoot my internet? I don't know what happened. It still says I have full internet service and I'm still recording. So the whole everything broke. Everyone. So you know what we're gonna do, my wonderful, wonderful friends on watching this as a podcast. Check out patreon.com/snapjudgments. I'm gonna read all these names as fast as possible, and I'm going to stop recording, and then I will go live. Thank you to Jonesy Snap 20, regardless, LEB, Ink, I'm Frozen, Hotan, Prime, Brian, Reinberg, Ryan, Wood, Snap, Run, Wrench, Go for Kev, Keltor, Caretex, Lee, Quarry, Kazushi, Rachel, 3K, Black, Die, Profos, the Go to your code, Hollow, Synth, Fenwick, Absolute Shen, Dirty Casual, Dark Moogle, Mr. Crumble, Cable, Ginger Brad, Philly, Hapley, Kenny, Logs, Danger, The Biz, Black Tubes, 23, Extra Fiends, KBG, Jessica, Gamble, Slush, I think Bros, The Great Zoo, Werewolf, Kevsio, Climb, Colonel Foreman, Rep 7, Dave G, Phil, Stephen, Brian, Compton, Tristan, Martin, Jason B, Matt B, Corbin, John Q, Jimmy Q, ES.1, Ace H, 1 Big Man, Cactus Jack, Reeps, Steve, 0131, Yo Marco, Ted Pro, Quid Pro Joe, Snapchat, Joe, oh, Reeps are dropped, but okay. Pickety Move Out, Bricks to Click, Green Goblin, you know about Feed 2, Flam Face, Expressions, Who, Only Fox, Matties, DJ, Mike, Jason, Don't Flex, Nick, the Greek Geek, Sleepy, Dr. Soul King, Dr. Sage, King of Canada, JJ, Demma, Falcon, Father, New 2 Days, Great Lord, as the Pranking Tucker, and of course, T, where the T stands for Follow Tucker, TUCCRR, follow, not my dance, not my DANCE. They are amazing people and deserve your love and support. Thank you for following us on Snap Judgments as well. Stopping the recording.